The second project focused on the 2025 Morris & Co. brief set out by D&AD. The brief required designers to communicate Morris & Co.'s iconic heritage and the launch of its new direct-to-consumer website. This brief is mainly closed, as many requirements such as the deliverables are fixed. These include an illustrated or animated campaign incorporating Instagram story and main feed adverts, Pinterest adverts, and an out-of-home touchpoint. However, the creative concept and style are more open, provided the designer maintains the brand identity. The brief is also particular about which parts of the brand story and the unique selling points the designer must communicate. The target audience had to be carefully considered. They need to be confident in making online purchases and interested in premium products. High earning millennials currently buying homes fit the target audience persona well. The project began with background research into Morris & Co. to comprehend the brand's identity, vision, target audience, competitors, and unique selling points. The design process began with brainstorming and mind mapping concepts to produce exploratory visuals for each touchpoint. Performing design audits of the Morris & Co. brand and its competitors, Graham and Brown and 1883 wall coverings, helped identify common visual identity traits. The brand's color palettes are similar and convey luxury and sophistication. Each company blends classic and modern typefaces, communicating their heritage and contemporary relevance. This research clarified that the campaign must balance traditional and modern elements to appeal to the audience. The visual proposal centers on animated social media videos for Instagram and Pinterest, a carousel post for Instagram's main feed, and illustrated billboards that showcase Morris & Co.'s heritage story. 4 mood board designs are included. Each touchpoint will use a variation of these designs to create excitement around the brand story. The theme ties strongly to Morris & Co.'s heritage as a textile and wallpaper manufacturer. Mood boards also appeal to professional interior designers. Next, inspiration for styles, colors, and illustrations was collected, and the initial hand-drawn illustrations were produced. The illustrations featured interior design items and reference Morris & Co.'s history. Creating draft compositions of the social media and out-of-home designs with an underlaying grid helped to determine the most visually appealing layout. To further this exploratory stage, 3 current designers' styles were researched and incorporated to create variations of the existing work. Each style added visual interest, but the first, inspired by Caroline Church's etchings, best aligned with Morris & Co.'s heritage identity. Before finalizing the project, the key objectives and outcomes of the brief were reviewed to help determine whether the design aligned with them. Additionally, ways to measure the design's audience appeal and alternative options were considered. The following design stage included experimenting with a broader color palette and deciding on largely complementary color schemes for the 4 designs. Next, the designs incorporated analog materials such as plants, Morris & Co. fabrics, paint swatches, and buttons. These materials blended well with the flat illustrations, enhancing their luxury and heritage appeal. The ornate buttons in particular added a more traditional feel to the design. Each touchpoint was refined in the final design stages to improve its visual hierarchy, unity, and balance. The final Instagram story and Pinterest designs effectively showcased the brand story through illustration, colors, and typography. The mood boards are eye-catching and balance many elements using white space and contrast. To improve the designs, better analog materials could be incorporated to showcase the brand's heritage. One of the social media designs was animated to give an idea of the final Instagram and Pinterest videos. Given more time, creating animated examples of the other designs and adding sound and visual effects at the stage could have been beneficial. The Instagram main feed adverts display a simplified version of the design concept, but still tie nicely with the other digital touchpoints. The Morris & Co. story is included in the captions for users who want to know more. However, the brand story could have been better communicated with more illustrations. Finally, the billboard's bold compositions raise awareness about the brand and encourage viewers to find out more through a QR code. In summary, this project delivered an original and exploratory outcome for the Morris & Co. brief. The project carefully considered the requirements and catered well to the technology-savvy audience. The final campaign is unified, uses colors and branding consistently, and adheres to the Morris & Co. brand identity. Further development and experimentation could produce an even more innovative approach.